Hi to all you Vistitle users, and I hope you're doing well. This is Jerry from sgdvtutorials.com, and as you have seen, I have posted 5 free Vistitle templates. Let me give you some product information prior to starting the tutorials. These templates were designed for corporate projects, but may be manipulated for use with any style. You can fully utilize these 5 templates whether you have the additional plugin pack or not. You will need Vistitle version 2.8.5.0 installed in order to use these templates. I am also including the fonts used. These fonts will need to be added to your font folder prior to opening Edius. The font folder is located within the control panel. Open the font folder and simply drag and drop the fonts within the folder. The templates are designed to be easily manipulated. Elements that can be changed include titles, title fonts, and title colors. Changing title sizes will depend upon the layout itself. Since you are looking at these templates, I am going on the premise that you already, to a certain degree, know how to use Vistitle. To adjust any of the animation within the templates, you will need to be an advanced Vistitle user. Otherwise, I would strongly suggest leaving the animation alone. You will notice that I have locked specific tracks in each template. This is to keep the actual keyframed animation from being accidentally changed. While you can resize and reposition the layouts within the Vistitle interface, there are instances where keyframe positions are lost by the resizing of a template. The easiest way to make position and resizing changes is to return to the Edius interface. Then apply either the layouter or transform filter to the title. I made most of the Volume 2 layouts a bit larger, so you will more than likely just be reducing the size and changing positions with the layouter. When finished, save the title with a specific name. I would also create a separate folder for storing your finished layouts. This is just another way to protect your work. For those of you using Premiere Pro or Media Composer, import the templates as you would any other Vistitle layout. Resize and reposition titles using your host application's preferred method. So with the basics finished, let's move along to the template tutorials. Go ahead and open Edius so that you can follow along. As you can see, I have the 5 templates loaded into the bin. Drag the first template, lower third 203, to your timeline. Depending on how you have your settings for your title duration, you might have to grab the end of the layout and drag it to the right to extend it out. To change the title duration setting in Edius, go to User Settings, Source, Duration, and Title. I've double-clicked the layout and opened the mini editor. We won't be using the mini editor in this video. However, the only time the mini editor could be used is if the replacement name fits into the exact same space as the original title. So go ahead and exit out of the mini editor. For the rest of the templates, we will be using Shift, double-click to open the main Vistitle interface. Go ahead and open the template. Once the template is open, I will be calling that a layout, so just keep that in mind. So with the layout open, go to the Vistitle header and click the Option tab. Several options will appear. You want to turn on the ruler option. I also use the center line and safe area markers. Now go to the edit screen. Click on the left title to select it. You will notice that a bounding box appears. The bounding box will work as a reference for the next step. Now place your cursor over the left ruler and press the left mouse key. Now drag the aid line to the beginning of the left title. Drag a second aid line to the ending of the left title. Center the aid lines on the bounding box's circular nodes. If the aid lines are too faint for you to see, click and hold the cursor on the aid line. This will highlight the aid line. If the bounding box nodes are too small to see on your monitor, place your cursor anywhere within the edit screen and roll your mouse scroll wheel. Once you have the zoom factor applied, grab the box within the navigator panel at the bottom right of the edit screen. Move it so that the title comes into view. To return to normal mode, simply double-click within the edit screen. These aid lines mark the boundaries of this title. Any replacement title will need to stay within these boundaries to keep from having to change the animation. To change the title, go to the right top portion of the Vistitle interface and select the tab that has a T on it. This will open the text adjustment area of the interface. Towards the bottom of the column, you will see the two titles. To change the first title, select its box and remove the middle name. Look at the edit screen and you will see the title changing. When scrubbed, you will notice that the animation is not accurate. Now this is when the aid lines come into play. Grab the bounding box on the left and drag it out to meet the aid line. Do the same for the right side of the title. If the title looks stretched, increase the height by dragging the top part of the bounding box until the aspect is correct in your eyes. After this correction, recenter the title against the right-hand side title. Play your title and check the animation. As you can see, the sweep animation now matches the title animation. Do the same with the right side title. You can drag the previous aid lines to the right title. However, for the purpose of this tutorial, go to the left ruler and right-click. Choose Delete All Aid Lines. Select the right side title and drag two new aid lines into place. Go back to the text area and select the second title. In this case, I'm going to add a section to the title. This will make the title extend past the aid line. Drag the two ends to meet the aid lines. If the title's aspect ratio is strange within the aid lines, you may have to replace the font or change the font size to make it fit. Play the title. Once all work is finished, save with a specific name and location. If you set up a secondary location for modified templates, also save it there. On to the next template. Return to Edius and drag lower third 204 to the timeline. Go ahead and open the template. This template is very easy. As you can see, the top title has plenty of space to grow, and I think the bottom title has plenty of room for any new title. Play the title. This layout uses vertical animation on the titles. Once again, the line group is animated and locked. Even though this title is a simple one, I'm going to add aid lines that line up with the lower title's beginning and end. This will be the boundary for both upper and lower titles. Open the text section up and select the top title box. I'm going to add an additional name to this title. This will extend the title in both directions. Move the title so that the left side matches the left aid line. Now grab the end of the title and drag it to the left to meet the right aid line. Play the title. The new title matches the animation. With what you have learned so far, change the bottom title on your own. Once again, when finished, save or exit and return to the EDIUS interface. Drag lower third 205 to the timeline. This template will be the most complicated. As you can see, the title changes colors as the angled vertical line sweeps across the title. Open up the template and then click the drop-down arrow of the locked animation track. You now can see the animation keyframes applied to the angled line. Also, take note that the two color groups have the same titles in each group. What this means is that any changes to a selected title in one group must be performed on its duplicate in the other group. Add the aid lines for the top and bottom titles. With the aid lines in place, navigate to the title text area and you will see that there are 4 titles. Select the first Elaine title and change it. I'm removing the middle name. Now do the same for the second Elaine title. Go to the individual Elaine tracks and select the white Elaine track. Hold the Control key and select the teal Elaine track. Now both Elaines can be extended together. Expand the left and right sides to meet the aid lines. Use the same method for the lower text. As you can see, the aspect ratio looks off with both titles. To fix this, select both Elaine titles again and drag the top bounding box up until the aspect looks normal. Select both lower senior titles and drag the bottom of the bounding box down until the aspect looks normal. scrub the title. You will notice that this has created another problem. The angled vertical line no longer covers both titles as it sweeps. To fix this, select the line track and then click the top node of the angled vertical line on the edit screen. Drag to extend the top bounding marker of the line. To center this, once again select the top node and use your up or down arrow keys to adjust it. Now play the final title. The angled line should move in concert with the color sweep and also cover both titles completely. You have another option with this and other templates. You could try changing the fonts. And in some cases, this may be the easier path. The only difference in this process is the changing out of the font. You will now not only need to change the titles, but the fonts for the titles in both groups. Don't forget to use your existing aid lines. Once finished, return to Edius and drag the lower third 206 template to the timeline. Open the template. You will notice that this template has a couple of animated items. One is the vertical line, and the second is the sweeping rectangle. On playback, you can see the rectangle precedes the title. If the main title is shortened or lengthened, then the rectangle has to also be adjusted accordingly. It also has to extend past the end of the title in order for it to animate out. Now, turn off the rectangle track. Next, go ahead and add your aid lines. Navigate to the text area and lengthen the main title. I'm going to add an additional name. As you can see, the title has extended beyond both aid lines. Move the title so that the left bounding box end is centered within the vertical line. Scrub the title. As you can see, the animation works. Go to the rectangle track and turn it back on. We know that the rectangle has to be extended, but to do so accurately, first navigate to the color palette and select and then drag the alpha control slider to the left. This will allow you to see the title underneath of the rectangle. Drag the rectangle out until there is space for the rectangle to play out. Once that is set, return the alpha slider back to its original setting. Play the title. When changing the lower title, it should be as simple as just changing the name. When finished, return to the EDIUS interface and drag the last template, lower third 207, to the timeline. This final template is straightforward and is another template with vertical title effects. Open the template. Open the line group. You will see that there are two lines, both of which are comprised of a white and a blue line. Each line group is animated at a different speed. As you can see, there are different starting points for the lines and titles. Let's place our aid lines on the top title. Once again, navigate to the text area and change the top title's text. I'm going to add a middle name to this. Once the text has been extended, move the left side back into position with the left aid line. Do the same for the right side of the title. With the existing aid lines, the new lower text can be adjusted to be smaller or to extend out to meet both aid lines. Play the title. Keep in mind that as far as aesthetics goes, having a difference in the top and bottom text size and/or placement will draw the eye's attention more so than matching sizes. Go ahead and return to the EDIUS interface. Well, that brings us to the end of the tutorial for the use of these 5 templates. Just for general information, these 5 templates are part of Volume 2 of the Vistitle Quick Start Templates. There are over 100 corporate style lower thirds in Volume 2. Additionally, there will be smart elements and a few wedding elements added. Volume 1 is currently included as a limited time offer if you purchase the Vistitle Quick Start tutorials. The tutorials are a primer of sorts to get you up and running with Vistitle. You can order the tutorials from sgdvtutorials.com. The Quick Start Templates Volume 2 availability will also be posted on the website. Thanks for watching, and I hope you can make good use of these templates.